Does your school organization need a Common Core or student remediation trainer or consultant, a staff development presenter, a motivational speaker? If so, you are at the right spot. PFS Educational Consultant Group offers all of this and more. We have trained, experienced, compassionate individuals who have been recognized for their success in raising students' test scores, providing teacher support, assisting principals in redefining educational goals, and getting failing schools back on track. If you are in need of any of the above, or would like to have Hannah Hopkins minister at your church or conference, email hannahhopkins@aol.com or call 601-296-7693.
Well, good morning. This is an exciting day. I have some guests on my program that I have never seen before except a few months ago. And then I also have a good friend of mine who has been on this program before, Dr. Beverly Smallwood. We're so excited today because we have a group of young men all the way from Cambodia, and they are leaders in training for Hard Places community, fighting sex trafficking in that country. And they're going to share some things with you today that I know is going to bless you. And we hope that you will be able to do something to help get involved in what they're doing. So at this time, I'm going to try to introduce them, and then I'm going to introduce my other guest over here. To my near left here is Rota. And this is Sotia. Yeah. And this is Dan. Did I do pretty good, guys?
Pretty good.
Yeah. All right, pretty good. And this, of course, is none other than Dr. Beverly Smallwood, and she is founder of the Hope Center in Hattiesburg, Mississippi. Thank you, guys, for being a part of this program today.
Yeah, thank you.
So glad to have you. Let's start off about talking while you're here, how you got here, where you're living. Where are you living? Where are you living? Who are you living with?
So I live with Beverly Smallwood on the
Okay.
right side.
How did you get to know her?
So her been to Cambodia a couple of times, and she go to training us about leadership and counseling us, and we start know each other for about 3 years ago.
Wow. So she got the ball rolling, and here you are in the state of Mississippi.
Yes.
All right. Okay, so Tia, let's talk about the things that you've been able to do, get involved in since you've been here. Other than the leadership, we're going to get back to the leadership, but what have you learned since you've been here?
For me, here I learned how to be run business, and I'm the cook.
You're a cook.
Yeah, the chef. Yeah.
Know how to be a chef.
Yeah,
huh?
yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Can he cook?
Oh, he can really cook. He's been cooking Khmer food at the house just about every night.
Wow.
So
Are you getting used to that food?
it's been great.
Great.
Yes.
Okay. Then tell us about, let's talk about the sex trafficking. We want to get that in, make sure we get that in Cambodia.
Yes. So 3 of us here, we work at Hard Places community. So we fight human trafficking in Phnom Penh. So it sounds terrible. It's a lot of sex trafficking going on. So 3 of us, we find the people that they have been hard situation. So we try to helping them and give them opportunity, offer them a free English class. So we want them to have a better future.
A better future.
Yeah.
Now, what does the trafficking consist of? You have pedophiles, or how does that work?
They might not know pedophiles. I can respond to that. There is a lot of trafficking of very young children in Cambodia. The parents, in fact, sell their own children to help support the family. And in fact, this area of Phnom Penh, where we're located, is a vacation destination for pedophiles. They go to be able to find young children that they can have sex with. Also then, because of the hardship and no jobs and coming out of the Khmer Rouge, which was genocide only a few decades ago in the late 70s, it's a very survivalist mentality. There's very low education, and people don't have jobs, and they have the responsibility of supporting their families back in the provinces. And so to sell your own body is one way of, for some people, the only way of being able to eat and allow their family to eat. And so that's the background.
So it's not that they want to do it, but it's a survival thing.
That's correct.
They have to do it to survive.
That's right.
Now, since you guys have been here, you've been able to get some training in different areas.
Yeah.
So we're going to start over here with you, Dan. What area did you train in since you've been here?
So I'm training as the studio Aveda salon at Ogro.
And tell her a little more about what you've learned there is what she wants.
So I'm learn how to be a leader of the hair salon business.
Wow.
And how to observe other employee, how to fix the problem, what is need to be improved in the future. It's really important to me to learn all of that and take all of that to my country to teach the people from Cambodia. So
Are you saying you're going to go back over there and open up a salon?
Of course, I believe that. Yeah.
Yes. You think you have the skills now to do that?
Yeah, I do have skills. So I just feel like want to make people look handsome, look pretty.
Right. And you can do it now. How long have you've been here for? About 3 months, right?
Yes.
So you've learned these skills within that length of time. Yeah, very good.
He already had some training in doing hair, and he's learned more, and he'll learn even more when he gets back.
That's good. That's good. Okay, so Tia,
Yeah.
what have you learned?
I learned how to be run business, and I learned about cooking, you know.
We have already talked about that cooking. Now, what about the leadership part? What have you learned as a leader?
Yeah, yes, good. I learned about leadership, how to be a good leader, and because I just to come here, I know at all how about the good leader. We work in the Cambodia some place. They select the leader, they select the king. They don't want to people to have idea to see an employer. So sometimes they can point, you can do this, you can do this, not listening to the employee. But when I come here, I learn from Bell.
You learn how to sit down and communicate with your employees and carry on a conversation rather than dictating to them, right?
Yeah.
That's good. So you can go back over there and start a leadership class. Yeah.
Yeah, because we work in organization. We hope the young men come out straight, and we know how much to the people have the problem to help them, so like the counseling and to be the leader and teaching about cooking and then teaching about salon also.
Right, right. Okay, Rota, what about you?
Well, it's amazing time. It's almost 3 months for me around Harrisburg in Mississippi, and it's unbelievable that we are here, and we still unbelievable that we are here. It's the first trip for us on the plane.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Yes,
wow.
We never to
That
take
is
the
amazing.
plane.
How many hours did it take you guys to get here?
It's almost 30 hours.
30 hours.
Wow. I bet you were glad to see Beverly when you got here, weren't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Did you fly to New Orleans?
Yes, we went to New Orleans, but we flew to Jackson.
Oh, okay.
From Atlanta to Jackson.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Now, there is something here that's called the Executives of Ain't Life Grand Investment. Can we talk about that, guys?
Yes,
Okay.
I'll be glad to. The guy, Rota and Sotia, have worked in the Topher's restaurants, which are one of the restaurant chains in Ain't Life Grand Investments. That's the parent company. And so these guys have been involved not just with the day-to-day operations, but they have gone in their once-a-month culture workshop. The Ain't Life Grand Investments, I just have to sing their praises just a little bit, because they have made a decision to have this company really count for things in the world. Their mission statement is love God, love people, go change the world.
Wow, and they're doing it.
And they are doing it. They met these guys and had them actually speak in their culture workshop 3 times. And they have fallen in love with the mission. They know that these guys are equipped, that they love God, that they are solid people who they can invest in, and that this mission is what they can invest in. So 8 Life Grand Investments has a nonprofit called Making Life Grand, which is for the purpose of changing the world.
Right, right.
And so Making Life Grand, they are making a commitment to help raise the money to open these places of business, which will be just phenomenal places for young people, instead of being in the degradation and the shame of the sex trade, to have alternatives and to have some hope, and not just hope about their occupations, but the hope that these young men have found in Christ.
Now, Beverly, how about this? You run the Hope Center,
Yes,
so you
I
are
do.
giving them hope.
I'm all about hope.
And then they have, and these other people have investments, and they're investing into them.
Yes.
And you're investing as well. So I'm excited just listening to this. There are people who are watching this program today who want to know, how can I get involved? What can I do?
Well, they can make contributions. We'll certainly take contributions to Making Life Grand, and I'll talk with Craig a little bit later about maybe putting the address for that on the screen.
Right.
But that's one way. Certainly prayer. Oh, we need prayer.
We need to
if
pray.
it were not for prayer, none of this would have happened. And I'll tell you something you found out just before we went on the air. These are praying men.
Tell me about it. Let me tell you all something. We joined hands and we began to pray. And these guys were so engulfed into prayer until I could hardly sit there. I wanted to just run around the room because they were praying. They were out. They were praying, really praying. They can teach some of us how to pray.
They've been teaching me for about 3 months now. So prayer is certainly something that people can do. And then there are some people who have practical skills that may want to contribute when the time comes to open the restaurant.
Right,
they may
exactly. And somebody watching this program might just want to go to Cambodia one day. You don't ever know.
It's a good place to go.
Yes.
I'll be going back. I've been, one of the reasons, or not reasons, but it's kind of what first got me listening to some alternatives was, as you know, I had a very serious accident.
Right.
And I couldn't make the trip. And my heart is so in Cambodia. And I was just praying and praying and saying, God, when can I go to Cambodia? And I heard in my heart, you won't go right now, but Cambodia will come to you.
Wow. Look at God.
So I started just listening to God and writing about what He was saying, and that's kind of how this...
Beverly, you're going to make me run now. So what you're saying is, because your desire and your passion was so strong, God worked it out so they could come to you.
Right.
And now
I'll be going back.
You're up and around, and you're back to normal. You can go back. God is a great God. We got to take a break. Don't you go away, because we have a lot more to share with you today. We'll be right back.
We, the staff at McSwain and Myers Funeral Services, are here for all of your funeral needs. We specialize in excellence of traditional funeral services as well as cremations. But we are not your traditional funeral home. We are your one-stop shop in funeral services.
Have you always wanted to own your own business by becoming a licensed cosmetologist? If so, now is the time to enroll at Unlimited Cosmetology School, LLC, located at 102 Broad Street in Hattiesburg. That's right, learn how to become a professional cosmetologist by acquiring 1,500 clock hours in 12 or 16 months. Now is the time for open enrollment. If you're interested, contact Lisa Daniels by calling 601-336-7256 or 601-408-2650.
My name is Sandra Hancock with Sandra Hancock Ministries, and I want to take this opportunity to invite you all to one of our powerful conferences in a city near you. Our conferences in Laurel are the second Saturday of each month from 10:30 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. at the Gathering Place, 3227 Audubon Drive. For more information about our ministry, visit our website, sandrahancock.org, or call our 1-800 number, 800-579-6666. 7350.
We're going into segment 2 now of the program that we're doing today, and it's just such an inspiration to me. These 3 guys here are from Cambodia, and they are living with Dr. Beverly Smallwood right in Hattiesburg, Mississippi, and they are telling their story. We all have a story, but they have a most interesting story. That's one thing I want us to talk about today. How does it feel when what are some of the emotions that you face after you've been involved in this human trafficking that you had no control over? How does it make you feel? What are some of the emotions you feel?
Well, for my feeling, and after that I know God, I know Christ, and I see people around in Cambodia, they have been a hard situation, they have been problem, and just the children, they argue with their parent, and the parent just take like for money, a little bit money for soul body, for support every single day, and make me feel very bad, and I want to help them, but sometimes we need to pray, and we need to support some people to support her for give them a food for eat every single day, because sometimes they don't have clothes, they just walk away on the street, they just ask somebody for money, and sometimes the parent just ask them to sell flour, to sell something, coconut meal and everything for money a little bit, and they don't have school, they don't everything, they just one pant wear every day. They don't have.
So because you were involved, a part of this, you have feelings and passion for people who are still going through this. Is that right?
Yeah.
And it makes you even want to go back and do more, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's right. Now let's talk about how you got to know Jesus Christ and what difference that has made in your lives. Who wants to talk about that?
Well, for me, when the first time when I believed Jesus, I work at the dark place, and my teacher, they go to ask me about what you want to learn English. I'm so excited, because I never to speak English. Also, because I living at a remote area, the countryside, and we are, it's like my family poor, so not have money to go to school. So when they invite English class free, I'm so happy,
Yes.
I want to learn.
So the first step for getting set free is to learn English.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that was something, it was really a very important lesson in terms of evangelism, and that is that if they had gone into where they were and just said, come learn about Jesus, they wouldn't have done it.
Yeah.
They took them where they were with something that was important to them, because as they've told me at that time, they didn't really care about learning about Jesus, but English was important because it would help them to get a better job.
Right.
So that, that got them contact to take people where they are with what they need, and then after they have a relationship, tell her more.
Yeah, when first time I go to study English, and my old friend, they tell me, if you go to study English, we want you believe Jesus. I said, I don't care. I care, I want to learn, I want to speak English. If I can speak English, I can find the good job, and have the better life. Because I don't want to live at my old place, so, and afraid and scared also.
But because you were open to learn English, then God opened the door for you to get saved.
Yeah.
Isn't that a good thing? He was up to something, wasn't he?
Yeah.
That's exactly right.
So, and one of the things they've told me, Hannah, if we can continue that, it's a very important point, maybe someone else could address it, is that after they got in touch and after they were around the people who really knew Jesus, they started seeing something different. Dan, you want to talk about that?
What did you see different, Dan?
Well, I mean, I have been start believing Jesus, and because our country, my country is the Buddhas. The religion is the Buddhas, and most people, they believe in Buddha. So when I start know Jesus, I compare like how different, and then I'm see so much different that Jesus bring peace, bring love to me.
Yes.
I have a full of love, and
praise God.
I'm just so, my life is changing. Like I'm different, and also I want to live to be a good example to another people. So I just feel passion to share that story to another.
And that's what discipleship is all about. You know what, you guys make me think about the 3 Hebrew boys. They were young, but they made a decision that they were not going to bow to the idol God.
There you go.
And you guys have made a decision. You're not going to bow to the. You're going back over there and you're going to share Jesus with those people.
Yeah.
Yeah. But you have the understanding now of how to do it. Like Dr. Beverly said, you don't just walk up to somebody, you know, who's of another religion and just say you got to be. You know how to do that now. You've gotten the tools that you need.
Yes.
That's right. Now, I understand, Sotia, that you have a story about praying for your cousin. So Dr. Beverly is going to start it off, and then you're going to finish it for us.
Well, it's a very cool story.
Okay.
They go to a church in Phnom Penh called New Life Church.
Okay.
And it's a very alive church. I'm very happy that they have a good place to be planted. And when it was Khmer New Year, which is a Buddhist holiday, their pastor had given them an idea to get a piece of wood, a stake, if you will, and go to where they live, including out in the provinces where they came from, and put that stake down and claim that land and that space for God. And so Tia had done that. He was out in the province at a wedding in his family, and his cousin was there with him. His cousin began to have a problem with her leg. So I don't know if she fell or hurt it or something, but she couldn't walk on it, and it was hurting her very badly. And all the other people were there who were Buddhists, and they were coming around with their chants and their methods and so on of trying to get this girl's leg healed. And so Tia, take it from there.
Yeah, you know, 2 years ago when I had party my sister wedding, and my sister cousin, she go to help me. I make the food to give customer, and I don't know what happened for her. Her toes and hurt. She cried a lot, and my mom and my in-law, all other people, they come to enjoy. They find, you know, they go to pray for like Buddha to help her. They believe ghosts coming to make her problem, not sacrifice for them.
Right.
So I said, stop, I can pray for her, you know. And I keep praying for her, you know. I pray one time, it's not better, her cry more. I pray 2 times, cry more. But when I pray 3 times, I thinking, just like I understand about, I said to God, God, I know your name, I know you're healing the people.
Thank you.
And you know, my land, I give belong to you.
Jesus.
I know God can do all things. I pray of the name Jesus. You can healing her.
Thank you, God.
Now I pray just 2 seconds. She wake up and walk.
Thank you.
I'm so happy.
Thank you, Jesus. I'll give you a hand for that. Give God some praise.
Yeah,
you took authority. You were bold, weren't you? You believe God.
Yeah, I believe. I believe because when I know Jesus, my heart changed. I have pain. Sometimes I can see it to people to understand about my feeling, and I have sin in my heart. But when I read Bible, God said, I come to find you have sin, you know, to healing you, make me God. And my people, they don't understand, they have problem, they have sin, they don't thinking about what can we do. Because
and the answer is in Jesus, in prayer.
Yeah.
That's right.
Now we know, if have problem, pray to Him, and God always be here with you.
Yeah. And you know, one thing about getting saved and getting to know Christ is to share Him with other people. And through demonstrations, you know why Jesus could heal people when He walked this earth? Because He had passion for them. And these guys have passion for their people.
They have passion and they have power.
They have
power in the name of Jesus.
Yes, they do.
And we've talked a lot about that, and they live it. That our job is to be open, channels for God's power and just move in and take authority in the name of Jesus. And they're surrounded by darkness and by idolatry and by but they stand firm, and I'm so proud of each one of them. And they are witnesses to their own families, aren't you, Ty? You've talked with people in your family about the Lord, right?
Yes, I'm growing up with a Buddhist family, and one day, and my dad during he come to the hospital in the city we call Phnom Penh, and he start asking me about Jesus. I said, what you asking about? Because normally it's weird that Cambodian people to believe in Jesus, because 98% that they believe in Buddhist. So my dad start asking me, if you believe in Jesus, I heard it's not good for you, and you will not love people. You will not respect to parents. I said, not true.
It's just the opposite.
Yeah, Jesus is very good.
Yes,
Jesus
he is.
Very good, more than you think about.
Yes.
And I told him, but I'm very excited that he asked me about that question.
Right.
Yes.
You know what? We could go on and on and on because I'm so intrigued by what they are saying today. I'm learning a lot, Beverly. And I want to thank you for inviting these guys to come to America to help them to get what they've gotten to take back to where they live.
Yes.
Yeah, we appreciate
you know, when you plant seeds in good soil, you know it's going to come up and produce a great crop.
That's exactly right. Now, we talked about how people can make contributions, so we're going to have that on the screen, but there's a number they can call, and they can also email you if they want to find out more information. And the address where they can send the donation to, we'll put that on the screen as well.
We'll put that on the screen as well.
Yeah, but the main thing we want everybody who's watching this program today to do is to pray.
Yes.
That these guys will continue to do what God has called them to do, and that as a result of that, people will get saved in Cambodia. If you're not saved today and you are right here in America and you want to get saved, all you got to do is ask the Lord to come into your heart, forgive you of your sin, repent, save you, He'll come in, and you will be a new creature. We just thank God for everything He's doing right now.
Yes, He is.
Yes, He is. One thing we have, don't have time. Until this time next week, I am Hannah Hopkins with Lifting You Higher TV Ministries saying, you be blessed.
Does your school organization need a Common Core or student remediation trainer or consultant, a staff development presenter, a motivational speaker? If so, you are at the right spot. PFS Educational Consultant Group offers all of this and more. We have trained, experienced, compassionate individuals who have been recognized for their success in raising students' test scores, providing teacher support, assisting principals in redefining educational goals, and getting failing schools back on track. If you are in need of any of the above, or would like to have Hannah Hopkins minister at your church or conference, email hannahhopkins@aol.com or call 601-296-7693. Pastor Lelis Keys and First Lady Mary Keys invite you to join them in worship at Church on the Move, 1604 Congress Street in Laurel. Services are Sunday mornings at 11 and Tuesday night prayer and Bible study at 7 p.m. Please call 601-382-5161 for more information, or find us on Facebook. We look forward to meeting you and worshiping the Lord together.